Oh yeah, I might need to continue the thing. Oh wait. I think I got it.
I've got the game category wrong. I will fix that. I forgot to change it from Mortal Kombat. Hello, guys, girls. Excuse me. Hello, guys, girls, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to Mafia Monday. I'm Ollie Johnson, and with me, as always, starting us off today is Mura. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm peachy. Cold, but I've been up here long enough that it doesn't bother me.
Okay, cool.
I have to find somewhere to have a smoke.
Yes. Now.
Oh, an arcade. You know, I'm gonna have a look in here.
Yeah.
No, because if it's the place that I think it is.
Yep, there it is.
See. Sonic the Fighters. Because I'm gonna do because this is the PS3 version.
Oh. I think it's the only way you can play that now on contemporary hardware.
I think it's that one. Oh wait, no, quit. I think I did something wrong. Can't remember how you do it. Because there's a bunch of characters in here you will never have heard of.
I've played Sonic the Fighters.
Bean the Dynamite, Bark, Polar Bear, Honey the Cat. Ow.
What the Simpsons wrestling?
Honey, funny thing, Honey is actually not even a Sonic character originally.
Right.
She was a human. She was a human character from a game called Fighting Vipers on the Sega Saturn.
Right.
But then they made her into a Sonic character in the PS3 re-release of this. Ooh, Body Slam. They did put her in the comics eventually as well, only for like 3 issues. Diving headbutt.
Oh, I need a new go live notification. What notification should people get when I go live? Like, I saw someone who has it be this person has sent you a
I'm
private
going
message.
live, you dopey dick. Sad thing is, you can play any game here, and you can argue it that yeah, Kiryu would play this.
Yeah. And he'd get way too into it.
Oh shit! It's about to kick. Oh, it was about to kick me. Okay, it's lagging on me, so
Oh,
I've had my fun and I've done my bit.
Yeah.
And was gonna get my ass kicked, so I'll accept that. There you go. An obscure Sonic character who will never return. Ah, you think you can beat me? I just spent a few minutes playing a video game. I've learned everything. Fighting. So yeah. So yeah, Honey was basically a fashion designer in the comics, and they explained she's the one who designed most of Amy's clothing. I guess this'll work. Ah, I'm out of cigarettes. It was a different time when you could... Our younger viewers might not realise this, but years ago you could smoke anywhere.
Yeah.
It was a real hassle for everybody, especially the asthmatics.
Can confirm.
Yeah, there was no courtesy for anyone.
Because we're playing the man who erased his name.
Oh crap, it's the Popo outside the Popo. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, really? So fucking funny, why don't you fucking laugh?
Now you are gonna tell this joke. And we're all gonna laugh.
Otherwise they get... Oh look, Ollie. Mountain Dew. Thank you very much. I am honored to accept your waste. Joryu.
GPS がこの位置で花輪を見失った。何があったか報告してもらう。すぐ寺。
待ってくれ。花輪は今そいつらからの電話。おい。
報告は寺で聞くと言ってる。
そいつを返せ。
まず寺に戻って報告だ。
Ah, people thinking you have authority.
指揮系統に従え。身の程をわきまえろ。
You know I could kill you and they'd just replace you next week, right?
なるほど。敵は近江連合を名乗って
They call themselves the Omi Alliance. You should know this, having lived in Japan for what you is clearly your entire adult life.
本当に連中が近江連合かはお前にもわからん。
ああ。そんなことよりさっきのスマホを返してくれ。奴らから電話が来たとき、俺が出ねえと花輪がやばい。
それは気にしなくていい。どうせスマホは電波を遮断している。GPS でこっちの場所を探知されちゃ困るんだよな。
どういうことだ？
要するに、向こうが電話をかけてもこっちには繋がらないってことだよ。
だったら、なんでここに連れてきた？
Know your
状況を報告
place.
してもらうためだ。まだ終わってないぞ。誰が質問していいと言った？
Sorry, I'm not sure Seb's here.
話になんね。
Who said you could ask
それは話になら
questions?
ないわけだ。
Just who do you think you are? He's the guy that could tear your organization down solo.
仲間が人質に取られてんだぞ。奴らだってこっちとの連絡がつかなきゃ花輪を殺す。
その代わり、これ以上我々の情報が漏れることもなくなる。
何？
もう花輪がさらわれた時点である程度は仕方ない。拷問にかけられ何も喋らないなんてまず無理だ。これはお前の責任だな、上流。だがまあ、我々は情報が漏れた前提でまた組織を闇に潜ませればいい。
あんた、花輪を見捨てる気か？何の手も打たねえうちから。
あいつが本当に大道寺に忠実なら、もう自分の手で自分に仕事をつけている。
God.
そうでないなら、
That is the kind of people these are.
救う価値はない。
そいつは大道寺の方針か。
Apparently so.
あんたが個人的に責任を負いたくねえってことか。
知った風な口を聞くな。やれ。初めからこうしてねよかったんだ。伝説の極道だったらしいが、結局俺らとどこが違う？同じ日陰者だろ。これからは特別扱いもしない。任務とあらば汚れ仕事はつきものだ。それをもし断れば、お前にも沖縄の子供たちにもペナルティを与える。
どこにでもいるんだな。無能な指揮官ってやつ。
俺の名前は吉村だ。よろしくな。自分の立場を分からせてやれ。時間は好きなだけ使っていいぞ。
スマホを返してくれ。電話かかってくるんだ。今ならまだ花輪を助けられる。
我々も好きでこんなことをやってるんじゃないんだよ。桐生さん、まあでもこれから一緒に仕事もするだろうし、自己紹介を兼ねてたっぷり殴らせてもらう。
仲間が敵にさらわれてんだ。なのになんであんな奴の言いなりになる。お前らもいつ見捨てられるか分かんねえぞ。
かもな。でも少なくともお前よりは後だよ。
失礼。お邪魔いたします。
何か？
皆さんにお見せしたいものが。先ほど桐生さんにお持ちいただいたスマホです。電源を入れるとまずいのでしたっけ？ GPS で敵にこの場所が知られてしまう。
だったらなんで切らない？
それはもちろん。花輪さんを救いたい
Oh
からで
my
す。
god! This old man.
For the record, I could have done that at any time.
自己紹介するとき
You said we should introduce ourselves with our fists,
は
right?
たっぷり殴るのがここの
That they
Oh,
thought they
cool.
could hold down Kazuma Kiryu is frankly adorable.
お互いによく知り合い
Yeah. How about we get better acquainted?
てめえ、
行くぜ。
Coexist with my fist. Agent Brown, never quite me. Please, Superintendent, why is that Policeman Brown? Oh God, did you see that one?
Yeah.
He flew backwards, landed on the prince. Come on. Come on then, you little bitch. I gave you that, and you still wasted it. Pathetic.
I mean, I remember when we were,
解決してしまう。
In a pinch, you still resort to violence. Still have a ways to go without training. Oh, I'm sorry, what did you want me to do? Talk them off me?
I think we did a first impressions and we got about here
こんな真似したら
when
ま
this
ずい
came out. And we said basically the same thing. Like, this was always gonna happen.
Don't worry, I'm not even a real monk. Simple, simple facade. It's just part of the front of the Daidoji faction.
それはまあ
Yeah, well that might
そう
be
じ
the
ゃねえ
case.
かって気はしてた。
I'm not even a real monk, my name's Phil.
実を言うと彼は私がスカウトしてきたんです。かつての私は 大道寺の金庫番の一人でしてね、有能な部下が必要だったんです。そしてこんな裏の世界に引きずり込んだ。彼は普段面白みに欠けますが、いざという時には信頼。
Oh, I haven't checked the audio.
どうかな。
Well, apparently I can be heard. There's no reason it should be.
敵にさらわれたまま死なせたくねえ。
But you know what streaming tech is like, you always check.
まだあいつが助かる目はある。
それにはまずこの寺を脱出しなくては。すぐに追っ手がかかります。さあ、どうぞもう行ってください。
Hello?
あなたがここを生き残ることには、花輪さんも助か
Yeah,
り
I'm letting
ま
the
せん。
story play out.
Ah, right. No, I was just checking the audio. Yeah, everything works.
Oh, great. More agents. Agent A, Agent B. Nice.
Yeah, that's the crowd control one, isn't it? They tried, they've been trying this with Judgment as well. You have one style for crowd control and one for boss fights.
I have seen the thing where you can get arrested by a very busty police officer, and it's very easy to escape, but very few people do because it's just fucking hilarious that a completely inept cop can catch you. Only because she has big titties. Oh no! The man with an umbrella!
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. And you ain't gonna do shit about it.
Grr. Take that and your stupid fence. Nutrient of the conquering emperor.
Well, Agent Mushin at least warrants a name.
Ow. Nice.
いたぞ上流を逃がすな行くぜ 今ので倒れてくれると楽だったんだが
I bet you would.
Get back in the trash can where you belong.
Why don't you just give up? Because I'm kicking your ass.
Okay, so
I had like half of a latte made on the Tatsumite machine and I forgot it was there.
Jesus Christ, Dolly.
about coffee.
やってくれたな。
Ah, you've
花
done
は
it.
一人のために
You don't mean the entire
全体を
Dido
敵
just to save one man.
俺は脳なしの指揮官に愛想を尽かしただ
I
け
mean,
だ
that,
なんだってそうまでして花輪を助ける。あいつだって所詮は
Why indeed?
監視者だ。どっかで拷問されようが殺されようが別に構わんだろう。
what's it to you if he's sort of...
俺はもう自分の過去も人生も名前すら捨てている。
I've given up my past, my life, even my name. No hope for the future.
こんな人間の面
It is
白
the
い
only connection I've made during this dull, pathetic existence.
今全部知ってくれてるのはあいつだけだ。
同時者竜ともあろうもんが惨めったらしい話しやがって。
Dragon of Dojima is literally the only way we even remember, you know, Dojima himself.
自分のことは助けなくていいと言った。
Like, Sohei Dojima is barely a presence.
俺や
Yeah, a scumbag, but nothing else.
Yeah.
With no ability to put his upper lip over his teeth.
Yeah, he turns up in Zero, gets shot at the beginning of 1, and that's it.
その後俺に
Yeah.
なんだそりゃ。知ったこと
You gotta give credit to his wife, though. She was ridiculously loyal, even though he was cheating on her constantly.
お前には伝わるわけがねえと思う。それならそれでだが俺の道を邪魔するってなら。
そうか。上等だ。やってみな。
Agents. Of course, he's just like Jingo.
Yeah.
Basically, he's not good at fighting, so his entire thing is to just run and is just to run away and just
Run and take pot shots at you.
basically, yeah.
More irritating than challenging.
大したことないね。
The hell kind of difference you think an aura is gonna make?
Apparently that. It means he can grapple.
バカなやつだよ。お前は。
But again, he still runs and takes pot shots.
You shouldn't have so much help. Like, there's no challenge to this.
It's more an annoyance. It's more an annoyance because you can't combo him because none of your punches actually stun him.
Well, not with the aura, no, I suppose.
No, not even with the aura. Oh yeah, and I can't block that either. It's a grapple. Yeah, so this is just running and hitting him every so often while he runs away.
Yeah.
Even without the aura, he's still able to run away from you.
Not exactly top 10 boss fights, is it?
Yeah, it isn't.
ばらく電源が
ああ、今は入ってるだろう。
Oh, there was an indie show that played John Cena's music and had no one come out, and they started selling for the 5 moves of doom.
せっかくの人質を殺すわけがない。
Of course they did.
今から言う場所
It was funny.
偉人町のスナック街にサバイバーいう店があります。そこでお待ちしてますわ。もちろんお一人でいらしてもらいます。
Make sure you come along.
ただ、到着まで少し時間がかかる。
ご心配なく。そちらの位置は GPS で分かっておりますんで、今後スマホは無断で切らないように願います。では後ほど。
I also like watching some old American versions of shows, like old cartoons.
Yeah.
American Street Fighter and American Darkstalkers was terrible.
I imagine so.
But anyway, Arkhammer turns up for one of them, and he turns British halfway through the show.
待ち合わせなんだ。
Of course.
どうぞ。
Oh, and my favourite, it's also where the M. Bison meme comes from.
こちらの人にも俺と同じの。
Also, it's got one of my favourite things from him where he goes, "Oh, so what? Oh, big deal, you're crying about your father being killed. Oh, so what? I killed my father and you don't hear me complaining." And Sagat takes tiger shots to the next level by carrying a literal
そうなん
shotgun.
ですよ。ごめんなさい。
ええてえて。
The Darkstalkers one didn't seem to understand that Morrigan is a succubus and not an old Scottish hag.
案外律儀なんだな。
Though she also Anna Carey's has dementia, so he sounds more like Obby from Goblins vs. Strahd.
目的は話し合いですから。あんたには少しでも心開いてもらえませんと。
花輪は
まだ生きて
How's Hanawa? Still breathing.
奴のことについても
Well, that's always
これ
good.
からお話しさせていただきます。
お前は
I was sealed in a rock by a load of white witches, and you're going to do the same thing to me? No, that takes time and power I cannot afford to waste. Oh,
前にニュース
I know it's not as romantic as being sealed in a stone, so I'm just going to throw you off a cliff.
その直前に命令受けてました。いたらもんで、あんたを見つけるのにえらい時間かかりましてね。せやけど、やっとここまでこぎつけた。
Do you want an autograph?
あいにくだが
I'm not this
俺はお前らの
Azuma
探している
Kiryu
桐生
that
一
you
馬
guys are looking for.
もうええやないですか、それは。見てるうちに大体
What even is
わ
that?
かりましたよ。あんたは大同時一派と密約を交わしたんとちゃいまっか。多分その見返りは
Yes.
沢村遥と朝顔の子供たちの安全。
Like a Daidoji. The Daidoji who Daidoji'd his Daidoji.
黒い噂。
Yes, I've seen people making their own timelines for Yakuza and calling this the Daidoji is actually pretty awesome timeline.
Like, I don't know the details of how they changed Yakuza 3's ending, but from that context, I reckon I can guess.
Well, again, I was having a talk with Nilla last night about Sega in general. We were talking about some of the stuff that's gone missing because the guy who created most of the stuff died yesterday.
Oh, the hardware, yeah.
The hardware guy, he's died. Because we were talking, apparently she's a big RPG fan and she was talking about Phantasy Star and how Sega's done nothing with it. Anyway, to be fair, Sega has this annoying habit of
Star, I
going...
remember that. We had that PSP game that we used to
We did.
dungeon crawl on. Fantasy
problem I
Star
had-
Universe, that was the one.
Yeah. I said the problem I've got is that Sega take a step forward and then 10 steps back. Like, step forward this month, they gave voices to Tangle and Whisper, so they have actual voice actors, one of which is the voice actress who plays Rumi in My Hero Academia. Step back, they hire an actual sexual predator for Yakuza 3 for authenticity.
I don't think that's the point of representative casting.
I'm just saying that Sega have this, and she said, to be fair, Sega have been their own worst enemy for 30 years. And it's Sega of Japan that's the problem. because they seem to be the actual problem. Because every time they're told, this is how, it's no longer 1983, we need to start considering this, their response is, nah, we're not going to deal with that, we're going to do this stupid thing. And then they almost go out of business. Every time. All I'm saying is they shouldn't be allowed to make business decisions anymore because they don't have a good track record. The 32X, that whole situation with the Sega Saturn, where if they'd been patient, they might have stood a chance. Like, I watched that first E3, by the way, when the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation were both announced, and the fact that Sony only had to say one word and they basically had won. They basically gave the price of the PlayStation and the fact that it would not only be more powerful than the Saturn, but it would cost $100 less.
Yeah.
Yeah, they literally didn't even say anything about the console, they just went, $299. Walk off stage. And then, of course, the whole situation with the Dreamcast, which has been handled by Matt McMuscles much better than I ever could. Another, if we were patient and just waited another month, and maybe made it so the Dreamcast wasn't too easy to pirate due to one decision they made.
What was that?
They basically had some disagreement with the chips inside the Dreamcast. It's something to do, it's a lot of, well, I went to a golf club with this guy.
Right.
And I don't like this guy, so we're not going to use the chips his company used. We're going to use these chips, which will make it so much easier to pirate games on. Also, the fact that they threw all their money into not giving it a DVD player, which kind of made it hard to beat the PlayStation 2. And also dunking all their money into the sink, the eternal sink that is Shenmue. Now, don't get me wrong, Shenmue worked out in the long run for literally everything but Shenmue.
It's true.
Case in point,
We don't have
case in
Yakuza
point,
without Shenmue.
What we are playing right now is a case in point.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Shenmue should never have existed. I'm saying Shenmue
It never made
was
money.
not very good. It never made money. It never will make money. Its anime was better.
It was. I'm gutted that was cancelled because I was counting on that to finish things.
Yeah, I just want to respond with the cartoonish and over the top. Ooh. Ooh. Like a bad heckler at a comedy club. Okay, so two people. Ooh. This is a terrible joke so far.
Sorry, I left the chair for a bit. I was taking meds.
Oh God, Ollie's on his perks.
No, I'm not on.
Percocet.
I'm not on painkillers at the moment.
Yeah, that's not very funny because Kurt Angle doesn't like to think about that because that was a very dark part of his life, so we shouldn't talk about it. However, I just did though. A corpse with a build like mine. You find those lying around often. He makes very good points. Oh my God! So that's what happens to Ryuji's corpse. Ryuji Goda. Nobody really dies. So, by the way, I read the new DC comics, by the way, and the crossover was not what I was expecting. I mean, Superman versus the boy versus Homelander was kind of underwhelming. Lex Luthor run away from an anthropomorphic bear with a butcher knife was certainly a sight. Also, the Joker dealing with Annabelle the horror doll and having watched the movies so he knows what he's dealing with. Ah, that is a ass keychain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm asking you what it means. There's someone in charge of the homeless. Wait, the homeless have an organization? At least someone's being responsible for them.
Yeah. No, I like Akane.
It'll serve as a clue.
なんでそんな真似をする
I think she's a good character, and it's a shame that she doesn't turn up after this game.
Look, this is a weird thing. Isn't it weird that the Daidoji are really kind of dickheads, and the people that Kiryu's trying to get away from are actually kind of cool at this point?
Yeah.
Like, they're not even trying to get you out of, like, trying to out him for nefarious reasons. It's just, look, we need help with this really big thing that's happening, and, you know... Oh, you silly man. All you have to do is abandon one person.
Yeah, but he's not gonna do that.
No, that's just not the kind of man he is. I am trying to get Nilla to play this.
Like,
At least give this a chance.
specifically.
Like I've said, here's the problem. Most of Sega's success these days is based on properties that are not theirs. Persona is not a Sega property. It is an Atlus one. They just publish it. Shin Megami Tensei and Miku Hatsune are not Sega's.
Yeah. Have you heard about Nagashi's new studio that's doing that Gang of Dragon?
No. I mean, I knew about Gang of Dragon, and this being what it is, I am curious to try it.
Yeah, Nagashi, who created Yakuza, he left in 2022. He's started his own studio, and, well, spiritual successor, question mark?
We'll see. The problem with Sega games in general is they either sit on them for ages, or Sonic games, you know how Yahtzee said there's that whole cycle with Sonic games?
Yeah.
New game comes out, Sonic doesn't suck. They go through it, it doesn't work out well. Sonic games all suck again till the next one comes out. He's not wrong.
Yeah, it's true.
For me, it's a bit more... To Sonic 06, we get used to the games being janky, glitchy, and just not working. Then people go nuts for the game, and are like, oh my god, this game is brilliant, only to realise, wow, it's barely functional, and anyone who's played any other game ever will realise this is the bare minimum you need for a game to be passable. Then the honeymoon period runs out, the game is forgotten about. The only credit I'll give is that the director of the new Crossworlds game is very much big on representing everybody. So I'm curious to see what he wants to do with the DLC, because he said he wants to touch every single era of the Sonic franchise. The fact Ichiban is in it is already... I can work with this.
Yeah. I mean,
look, if I can have a game
like Ichiban.
where look, if I can have a video game where I not only get, potentially, Tangle and Whisper from the IDW Sonic comics, some Sonic characters, Ichiban, Bob SquarePants, and potentially Sally Acorn or any of the old Archie characters, I will be happy with that. Oh shit, that is one evil cat. It did the eyes, Ollie, it's evil.
Yeah. Sotenbori.
Vetra doesn't... now this is yes, this is a place we recognise very well.
I have real nostalgia for this map now. Yeah.
Yakuza 0 and, probably to a weirder extent, Yakuza 2.
Yeah.
Again, I still say that that the PS2 versions of Yakuza 1 and 2 still hold up in some way.
I believe you, but I can't play the fucking things.
I have Yakuza 1 on the PS2.
Yeah. I don't have a working PS2.
Wait, I thought you got a PS2.
Yeah, it doesn't... Yeah, I mean, it barely works. It takes like 5 minutes to read a disc, doesn't play DVDs, and it doesn't read discs super well. So...
Please tell me please tell me this isn't one of those things where the console either just doesn't work very well, or someone's used the disc tray for things they shouldn't have used it for. I've watched the video Tales from IT, which makes me feel like I could have pursued that as a career, considering how easy apparently it is to be a tech guy. All you need to do is just use techno speak to sound like you know what you're doing, and people will leave you alone.
That's an idea, actually. I wonder if it's too
The
late.
the one thing that frustrated me was this guy said he had this one guy who worked at the office who was this free man. He was like an Indian man who kept asking him to fix his laptop.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, what's wrong with it? It just doesn't work. So he tries to boot it, it's fine, but then there's something wrong with the disk tray. So he opens it up and there's fucking crumbs. Basically, this guy had no idea that a disc tray is meant for discs, and he used it to have his fucking morning bagel, put his morning bagel on. Because it's one of those things where you go, you can't be this fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like, how? I mean, I saw, like, as an advert once, there was an old lady being impressed with a new stereo, and she said, well, this comes in very handy, and puts a cup of tea on the disc tray. And that was played as a joke, okay? The joke is that we all know that's not what it's for.
Well, from what I got from this video of a guy who gets into IT, he's not like, he knows the bare minimum, like he knows how, like, the tech stuff, how to put Steam on things and stuff like that. Yeah. He's got like a big server room, and it's an alternating between, can you fix this, to it's very much like the IT crowd where everyone who uses a computer knows how to do the bare minimum,
and no one else knows shit.
It's not just that; it's that they either alternate between, this guy is a god and can fix anything, to why do we even need an IT department? It's one of those things where he knows how to ban certain websites to start, because he wants to get revenge on certain people that work there, so he stops them from going on eBay. Or they ask him to fix shit, and it's very basic stuff, or he messes up to the point that he ends up going, I use a thing called Google Ultron, and they're dumb enough to believe that that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Or the internet, or it's one of those situations where the servers just need to be turned on and off again. You know, the very old IT problem.
Yep.
And what he does is he doesn't realise what it is, because he doesn't know what the problem is. So he spends 3 days trying to fix it, but in reality he's just sitting in the back, colour coordinating the wires and just saying, look, I'll get it up when it's done. It's a very serious thing. Then he goes out for his lunch and runs into other tech guys and goes, hi, you do IT? I do IT too. A quick question. How do you do this? How do you fix this? And then have you tried turning it off and on again? And it actually works.
I mean, about 80% of the time that will fix whatever issue you're having.
Well, my personal favourite is when he scares the entire thing and gets a raise because he's claiming he's fighting he's dealing with a hacker group because he keeps messing with people's computers and having them play the video Jitterbug. Yeah, the song, and goes, oh, it's a group of hackers called the Jitterbuggers.
Okay.
And they put him on a whole special case to look into it, and then the police turn up, and he's like, oh shit, they're going to figure out what's going on. But the best part is the police turn up, they figure out what's going on, they know what he's doing, and they just roll their eyes and go, huh, those hackers, right? They know full well what the fuck is going on. And they just let him off and go, it's okay, we've sorted it. Like, they know what he's doing. They know why he's doing it.
Yeah.
These people who work above him are fucking idiots. Also, he sits in a room all day just playing Pokemon on his emulator in the back. And then when he comes out because he stayed in too late, his boss thinks he's overworking and gives him a raise. Like, that's the kind of can-do attitude. I've literally spent 12 hours in the back just doing nothing. All read everything. And the good way.
No, I like this character. I wish he was in more.
I know. Look, I think we're so far into the series now that I don't think, it's going to be rare that newly established characters turn up again. Yakuza doesn't have a good track record of characters returning. I mean, look at everyone who joins the Kojo who doesn't get killed in Yakuza 0 onwards.
Lest we forget Eri!
We will never forget Eri. Ollie, why do I get the feeling if you ever go to a Q&A with the creators, you're going to ask, I just want to ask a simple question. We've got like this big load of papers and you just throw it on the floor and go, what the fuck is Eri?
Where is she?
Ollie, are you going to go missing for like 6 months? Are you going to go missing for 6 months at one time, like in maybe a few years' time, and it turns out you've gone on a trip to Japan and you come back and you're suddenly married to a woman called Eri, and then I'm like, Ollie, are you okay? And you're like, I found her, sir. I found
her. Funny hypothetical, but no, that's just, that's just a cool character that isn't seen anymore, like this one. And, well, there's Tanemura as well, but nobody gives a fuck about Tanemura.
I've been asking hypotheticals a lot. I asked Jacob last night as my American friend, like, did you ever live in a house that had a pool? And when my dad had in the States, and they're like, did you ever have an argument with him and your mom to such an extent that you dressed up as British people and then you stood outside making a declaration and threw all of their tea into the pool? And he goes, no, although I just realised I missed out on a great way to get at them as a kid. Wait, you dress up as a bunch of redcoats, so like Americans or so, and you stand outside the big parchment reading a declaration about how you will not be denied your rights, even if they've done something as minute as just ground you or take away a privilege, and have your friends carry boxes of the tea your family have been mysteriously stockpiled, and then say, with this, we show our defiant British, and then just toss it into the pool. I'm just saying, if I lived in America, that's what I'd do to get at my parents. Though Liz would kill me if I tried that with her. She loves her tea.
Yeah. What's her favourite kind of tea?
I don't know what her favourite is. She likes too many of them. Her, Trigger, and Hawk once commandeered my entire Discord conversation to talk about their love of tea. I mean, I'm more of a coffee guy. I don't really like tea.
Generally speaking, I'll go for coffee before tea, but, like, sometimes you want tea and biscuits. Like, that is the thing.
Sometimes I want to dip from a biscuit.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that sexually. There's something wonderful about neon open signs. Love them. But I'm an old-fashioned fella. I have really become really old-fashioned as I've gotten older. I love fireplaces. I love old Duke boxes.
Yeah, yeah.
I love old stuff you don't get anymore.
Yeah. Well, like, back from the days when you were allowed to own shit. Have you heard what Sony's on lately? With renting your PS5.
What?
For a tenner a month, you can rent your PS5 from the cloud, and that's apparently what they want to do going forward. You will own nothing. Fuck you.
I'm getting images of that German guy in the EU that's constantly dressed up like a Star Wars villain that goes, you will eat the bugs, you will live in the pod, you will own nothing until you will be happy. The guy who was coached by Henry Kissinger.
Yeah.
Who himself was by the way, was
like, There
Yes,
won't.
another-
Yeah, they're not. There won't be big download sizes anymore because you'll rent the assets from the cloud. It's like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
That's why they're doing the God of War remake. They want to distract from the shit they're on.
Yes, Ollie, this is what companies do. They do a nice thing and a good thing that so to the fans will go, "Ooh." You know, it's the bread and circuses thing.
Yeah, well, the problem with bread and circuses is you do actually have to provide both of those things.
I know. The problem is that they want to do as little as possible. It's very much, we can do this. We have the technology, but I don't want to spend a lot of money.
Yeah, that is basically it.
Look, I love owning my physical stuff. Does it take up a lot of space because I'm in my 30s now, close to my 40s, and own a lot of stuff? Does it take up a lot of space? Do I own it? You bet your sweet supple ass I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna start collecting DVDs specifically. Like, I did Blu-rays, but they don't have as many special features. So, like,
I have both. I have Blu-rays and DVDs, and with Crunchyroll losing the rights to shit, flip spite if you want. I sat and watched all of Claymore the other day, knowing full well
that was a good
only
show.
The fact it never finished properly, notwithstanding.
Yeah. But, you know, art isn't just valuable upon completion. And that's what I wish George R.R. Martin fans would understand.
You took a lot of pills and just threw a load of random tropes together. It didn't make you write well, it made you write a lot. Oh yeah, that was the thing where Brian took a lot of Adderall and then started writing something, then pitched it to George R.R. Martin, who then basically explained, you didn't create something wonderful, you just wrote a lot.
And, like, what if I told you that's what every first draft ever looked like? The point is you go through it and make it good later. The point of the first draft is not to get it done, it's just to make it exist. And then you make it good.
Hey Ollie, it hasn't kicked me this entire session, by the way.
I know!
And we're 3 minutes away. Yeah, by the way, I've still got nowhere, speaking of space and nowhere to put anything, I have nowhere to put this giant mini of an elephant, by the way.
That poster Hawk got me is still in my bathroom. I've got to get some command strips, put it up over there.
Oh, has your mom seen that poster?
She has. She laughed.
So did question, wait, there's an actual movie about this?
No, she did. I said, no, I think it's a real film.
It is an actual movie. The amazing Mr. No Way. The fact that
For context, I am a wheelchair user. I thought it was hilarious.
It wasn't a whole, did I laugh at this? Is it okay? Is this a smooth?
I'm allowed to.
I know you're allowed to. I mean, I've earned the right to laugh only in your presence.
Yeah, well, like, you know, we've known each other for like 20 years.
There are rules in place, Ollie. Like, I can laugh at these things because I've been around you and you I've got my crypt. Not to be confused with the pass that lets you join the crypts. But, you know.
Like, okay, I probably wouldn't say that on stream, but no, for context, no, I don't mind you using that word around me as a term of endearment. Like,
it's not something I celebrate, it's more, for context, we went to a school together, it was very hard.
It was an SEN school, so, like, you know,
life is hard. If you're not being patronised by the staff there because they are under this impression that no matter how emotionally stable you are effectively a child regardless of your age.
I think what happened was they just wanted one way to treat everyone, and that's what they landed on. Like,
and it didn't work out well for the majority of people who were like, please don't talk to me like I'm 3.
Well, no, there were good teachers there, and, like, having been in other establishments of education since, I don't think the curriculum was bad. I used to think, like, it must be a bad school, but then it was the only one I went to. It turns out that's just what school is like.
Look, I'll be honest. Yeah, I still have massive nostalgia. I love my old English teacher and my old history teacher.
Oh yeah. I know exactly who you mean, and I agree. They were real ones.
Love them both. I really wish I'd paid more attention in classes, or she'd taken up writing a lot more before I left.
Yeah. Oh, dude, sorry, bit of a like random departure. How's your Steam Deck treating you? How are things running? Oh.
I haven't played it for a few days. Honestly, okay, so I don't know if I could talk about it on stream, but there is one particular game I've been wanting to play, but I can't access it because age restrictions. Now, I've been entertaining the idea of maybe asking a friend of mine any friends of mine who can access certain content, because apparently limit things like anything with violence or anything, so even Metal Gear Solid 3 counts, apparently.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So, there's this indie game. Now, I could buy it off Itch.io. I don't know how to convert it to Steam Deck. It can be done, it's just a lot of complicated shit I'm going to need a mouse and keyboard for.
Yeah.
So I was contemplating the idea of asking a friend to purchase the game for me and gift it to me to see if that worked. But that's a job for future me.
Yeah. I hate that this is where we're at.
But, well, again, the online safety
I've
app
been
is
using...
always a scam.
Yeah, no, it was never about protecting kids, it was always about grabbing your data, and it still is. But, like, I've been using PayPal with Steam with no issues for 15 years. That account is 15 years old.
Yeah, I know. Look, again, it was down to... First of all, PayPal suddenly deciding they wanted to decide what you spent your money on. Though I did, by the way, pick up Sucker for Love, the dating game where you can date some eldritch abominations.
That sounds fun.
It was £7 for the first one, and then there's a sequel. Picked up the Final Fantasy games, which I'm going to give a go, and Final Fantasy VIII. I've also picked up, you'll remember this one, Grandia 2.
Ah, yes.
Which, by the way, I mentioned that game by name to Nilla, and she's like, "Oh my god, I love you more." And I'm like, yeah, I know you've got a passion for redheads. And Melania was one of my personal favourite characters. Also,
she was
the
also in
dialogue
that
is...
Cross Edge, right?
No, that
no,
was
no,
Vector.
Morrigan was in Cross Edge.
Yeah, Morrigan was in Cross Edge. Morrigan's the one Darkstalkers character that gets crossed over a lot because they can't make Darkstalkers a modern day Darkstalkers, and never will, because if you were to put it in 3D, the goofiness would not work in 3D.
Well, don't put it in 3D then.
Basically, yeah. Also, if you did, there is I've told you before the reason they don't put Dimitri in any of the crossovers, because if you do, you have to create a brand new model for every character for his Midnight Bliss attack, where he turns them into women and then drains them of blood, because vampire. And it wasn't worth doing it for Capcom vs SNK Chaos. They're not going to do it for anything else. It's a shame, really, because, again, I love Darkstalkers. I hate that Capcom has this whole... We're going to release a digital version of the game. It's already been released multiple times to see if people will buy it again. To gauge interest. Now, this worked for Legacy of Kain, because Legacy of Kain has not really seen the light of day since the mid-2000s. I am glad that we are getting Defiance again. Which, by the way, it's not just a full-on remaster of Defiance.
It's from
they are fixing the camera issues. They are adding cosmetic costumes that you can earn in-game. There's no DLC. They're adding a demo for the unfinished game that was going to be the sequel to Defiance.
Yeah.
They've obviously upscaled everything, including the music and controls. But, it's the fact that they're bringing out the new game that creates more problems for the lore, because Legacy of Kain's lore is confusing enough as it is, because time travel...
Which is always an exacerbating
No, don't get me wrong.
element.
Amy Hennig deserves an award for all the shit she had to do to make that all make sense. And she did a great job, because her time thing is that Yes, like fate, like time is controlled by fate. If you go back in time, it's because you had to, but there are ways you can cause problems. The way she explains it is, if you go back in time, you are at worst a pebble in a stream. You have very little chance of actually stopping the stream from going, and it will just ebb around you until it continues its path. Take the path of least resistance to get to where it's meant to go. However, the Soul Reaver and Raziel can actually change things, which is interesting when you realise that Raziel kind of kills himself in the path.
Yeah.
Like, he's the reason he gets killed and brought back as a vampire.
Ah.
Because he goes back in time, kills his human self, so that Cain will resurrect him in about 100 or so years. Okay, well, a couple of 100 years, and start the cycle again. But they change it by, say, Cain stopping Raziel from being absorbed by the sword, or if the Soul Reaver hits itself in the path. The only other problem is Amy Hennig isn't involved anymore, and Tony J is dead. Which is a shame, because Tony J played the Elder God. And I'm sorry, no one can do Tony J.
No.
Actually, Amy Hennig existed after the whole situation with the Elder God and Tony J. That created a problem because Tony J also voiced Mortanius in the first game. And that led to a fan theory that Mortanius was somehow also the Elder God, so when Defiance happened, she had to get a new voice actor to play Mortanius.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm aware. She actually hated Soul Reaver when it was first being made.
Really?
Because it was meant to be a completely different game that was unconnected to Cain, but then the studio made it connected, so she had to kind of work with it. The original game, I think, was called Plane Shifter.
Right.
It was going to be a completely different game that still had the same thing. Raziel was still going to be a thing, but then they just had to connect it to Legacy of Kain. Which, they've got Simon Templeton back, Ollie.
Yep.
I think you got to go floor down.
Oh, floor down. Okay, yep.
But Simon Templeton's voice, like when I mentioned that I've been doing that voice for my Curse of Strahd thing, like, oh my god, you are a femboy of culture.
Okay, I realise it's been a while since I've seen you, but femboy is not a word I would have used towards your description.
No, not anymore. I have a beard now. We gotta remember, she's only seen like the avatar I use for the character.
I see.
So that's it, because Mura's a femboy.
I see.
I could have passed years ago, but the beard and I've kind of filled out quite a bit in the shoulders now. Oh, you'll love this. You'll love this. Nicole found something I'd bought years ago and wore it to the pub last night while I was doing D&D. She's got this Legend of Zelda dress.
Oh.
Like an actual, but it's a Link. It's one based on Link's outfit.
What, the blue one?
No, the old green one.
Oh, right. Cool.
Like a really old one.
Yeah.
Fits her pretty well, so I'm like, yeah, she can have that. I bought that originally as a gift for, I think, Charlotte, but it was too small.
Oh.
I've also got a hoodie.
Nice.
That has a very, very long hood. Oh god, it smells of piss, decay, and hot noodles. Yep, Omi Alliance, ready for a whooping. Canada! Not to be confused with Canada in Yakuza 3.
It's a common name.
Like Bob.
Yeah.
Acknowledge your new boss. Acknowledge me.
this combat does feel very good, I will say. And, like, one of the bright spots of Kiwami 3 is that it's similar.
Oh yeah, the toy fair happened yesterday. Better keep Hawk away from that. He needs to. Oh yeah, they do a whole. Think of it like a Comic-Con, but for companies announcing the new action figures and stuff they're going to be releasing.
Ah.
Basically, you know how people love nostalgia these days. They're re-releasing. If you remember, they're releasing the old Power Rangers toys, but better version. So they've announced the second season of Power Rangers stuff. So they've announced the Thunder Megazord, and I'm sitting here going, "Where is my Dragon Zord?" They did, however, show the new Godzilla Dragon Zord, which is just Godzilla wearing the Dragon Zord, which I know Hawk hates.
Oh, there were multiple doors with locks. I thought he ripped the lock off the door twice. Do you know who the fuck I am?
よほど食い詰めたと見えるな。こんな忍びに手出しやがって。近江連合だったらなんだ。上にでも泣きつくか。だがいくら弱
I'd be too ashamed to admit my family got their asses kicked by one man, even if you are small time.
もうここからは出歩けない。おまけに近江の看板に泥を塗ったんだ。
You've disgraced the reputation of the Oni Alliance. Pick up a fuss and you'll be the one looking stupid. Release all those people and I just might forget what happened here.
ここだけの話にしといてやる。こいつはお前らのために言ってんだぜ。
素晴らしいで上流。エクセレントや。
赤目、よくここが分かったな。
2K26 has just announced that Nick Aldis is going to be a playable character.
Okay. I mean, he is a wrestler.
He was.
I think he does still consider himself a wrestler. He's just not doing a wrestling role right now.
Yeah. Funny if Dutch Mantel was talking about Ava in WWE as well. He had some choice opinions.
Oh lord.
Basically, she's saying she couldn't wrestle, she couldn't talk, she didn't really have any passion for the business anyway, so her leaving was probably for the best. Bianca Belair announced she's going for finger surgery. Good.
She's been out for a while.
Oh wow. So, MJF has been addressing Roman Reigns, Jey Uso and Rikishi in his promo against Zilla Fatu for House of Glory. I love his promos, but I'm pretty, it's going to be horrible for someone who's in character 24/7.
Yeah. Especially if that is your character.
Yeah. Oh nice, someone's actually got a handheld Dreamcast.
Nice.
A custom handheld Dreamcast, but the thing is, the thing itself has a big screen on top. The bottom is obviously the shape of the controller, and it's even got a little VMU unit in the middle.
Oh, cool, cool.
I love the VMUs.
Yeah, it was a really cool memory card.
Oh yeah, I know that nowadays it's only spoken about for how it interacted with the Resident Evil games, which is a shame, because it would display your health without you having to go into the menu.
Yeah, no, that was handy.
It was.
Also, in Shenmue, it would display button inputs you needed when you were learning moves.
Oh yes, Shenmue. And yet it didn't tell you where the sailors were.
ホームレスに受けた恩
No.
ってのは
No, it didn't.
何のこと
Or
か
where the harbour is.
それはまあ
But it also had like a cool Game Boy-esque visual of the logo of whatever game you were playing at any
Yeah.
given time.
信用がないのはお互い様か。
今回助けたホームレスの皆さんには
Oh wow, people are even upset about the spines for the Yakuza Kiwami game.
Spines?
The spine, you know, the side of the side of the case.
Oh, right, right.
They're saying that Kiwami 1 and 2 actually had work, but had effort put into them. Kiwami 3 just doesn't.
今回は一気に大量や上流のおかげや約束通りキャッスルにご案内するな
やっとだな。
とその前に
ん
なあ上流あんたやっぱり大した腕っぷしやんだから頼むわこれからもうちの仕事を手伝ってくれへんな
お前の仕事を
うちは仕事を来るもの拒まずの何でも嫌やねんけど業務によってはどうしたって向き不向きっちゅうんがあるやろ上流のパンチ一発で済むのをうちがペシペシビンタ100発食らわしてゼーハーすんのも頭悪いやんもちろん芝生相手はさっきみたいなクズに限るし世のため人のためのお仕事や
俺は用事が済んだらすぐに蒼天堀を出ていくんだ。
そうなん
だからその間だけでよけりゃ手伝ってもいい。
おおほんまにええってそしたら早速
Oh, and Adam Pearce is also playable.
もうちょいお仕事頼んでもいい
Right.
I mean, we're never going to use them.
分かってるって急いでるんやな
Adam Pearce was also a wrestler at one point.
出発は夜になってからや
Oh. Action Mike John Jackson made history tonight by being the oldest wrestler in TNA history at 76. Don't tell Ric Flair.
いや
Oh, God.
知れるわほんまおおきに
He wants to wrestle.
Oh yeah,
again.
by the way, okay, this is Ollie, I made a kind of a silly purchase the other day while I was in B&M.
Yeah.
So they sell these little Mega Drive cartridges now. But if you open them up, there's like a little diorama inside. You can make a little diorama with these little miniatures of the game cartridge you bought. So they had like Altered Beast, Street Fighter 2, and the Sonic games. But they also had a big ass Mega Drive.
Yeah.
I bought said Mega Drive.
Right.
That has the last boss of Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and Sonic 2 in it.
Huh. Cool.
It's now on display in my bedroom. Nicole loves it.
上流
Awesome.
Oh. In Japan, you can rent a handsome man to cry with you and wipe away your tears.
Right. The Akame Network. Raise the network's level. Street thugs.
A dwarf premiered on this day 38 years ago.
God damn.
Oh, and also the Kaiju Power Rangers, that was a thing. Oh yeah, that's a thing as well. Don't tell Hawk. Do you think people are looking at the Master Collection for Metal Gear Solid 2 and then looking at the PS3 and going, well, so long, old friend, and then picking up a pillow?
Well, I'm not, because there's still Yakuza
yeah,
Dead Souls.
Well, yeah, there's Yakuza Dead Souls, and also for me, Parasite Eve 3. Or 1.
Oh, right. Another thing I like about this game, it's comparatively very straightforward with how Yakuza tends to be. It's not as long-winded.
Oh, God. Ollie, I love this. Coast Guard called out after Amazon courier follows sat-nav into water.
Yeah.
Ow! When people ask what Yakuza is like, I'm going to send them this, and it shows that scene where you fight Canada in the Love Hotel.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a gritty crime drama.
Yakuza is a very serious game about crime.
Yeah, I'm trying. Look, again, I know that our go-to is still when selling this thing to people is to go, look, it's not just a serious crime drama. Here is Kiryu literally, helping a dominatrix become, confident.
Yeah, that is my go-to as well.
Yeah, it was my go-to first, but it's just so perfect.
Yeah. Here is him getting really into stock car racing. Here is him answering the phone with all the energy of someone, like... I can't even think of it. Here is him answering the phone like it's the most important action in the world.
Look, Kiryu, that whole thing is just...
I need you to close your eyes and retrieve my belonging. After that, I read everything you've seen from your memory. I know this is strange, but it's the only way I mean out of this.
No, I don't know where the harbour is. Fuck off. French Excalibur vanishes from rocket it been stuck in the last 1,300 years as police launch investigation. Alright, which one of you dorks is now King of France?
Boost attack.
Oh, and by the way, Ollie, they are re-releasing Dead or Alive 6. And in hindsight, I have to ask, why?
Re-releasing it?
Yeah, they're re-releasing it under the last round moniker with new features. I'm like, why? The original 6 wasn't even that good.
Oh, he wants takoyaki. Okay. Where would I get takoyaki?
Oh boy. Bionicles. I know that's a hobby people like now, collecting the old Lego Bionicles.
Yeah.
I was curious as to why Lego, with all of its money, all of its money pandering, wouldn't do that. Bring it back, and then I realised why they won't.
Why?
They're so customizable, people were making voluptuous women out of them.
Right.
Yeah. Shigeru Miyamoto, creator of Super Mario Bros. And Legend of Zelda, has a hobby where he guesses dimensions of objects and carries a tape measure with him everywhere. In 2016, he showcased this on The Tonight Show by being asked to guess and measure the variety of objects. Unfortunately, this stunt get brought to him in close proximity to Jimmy Fallon. And there's just a picture of him measuring a pizza. Like, why?
Oh, right, I've got nothing that would constitute food.
I just think it's awesome they're making a matrix of leadership where you can literally just open it and it sings Stan Bush, you've got the back touch.
Yeah.
That's not going to be abused. Quick, we need to get... After this fight, we need to get you somewhere to eat or a drugstore.
Yeah. Well, there's a Popo right there, but...
Oh, oh!
Popo! And I do need to buy some stuff for people, so...
Yeah.
Okay, any takoyaki about? No? Egg. Healthy, balanced bento.
Oh god. Majima posted. So, why does Yakuza 3 Remastered look way better, more visually appealing yet neater in yards than Kiwami 3? It also looks busier and fuller in its larger crowds and vehicles. And by the way, yes, the Yakuza 3 Remastered screenshot was taken from the Xbox One.
Well, I got the bentos for generic food prices. There's a restaurant here.
Army 3 is a mixed bag for me, but I still honour it because I've been a fan of the game since the PS2 days. Army 3 made me feel lost. So many things have changed, but when I remember that Yakuza 3 was about Kiryu's private life and his children, he just gets dragged into Tojo issues as usual. So yes, I bought Kiwami 3 mainly for the daddy simulator. Kiryu spending time with his kids. I was more excited about this than Mine's side story. We joke about Kiryu a lot, but he carried the entire series for so long.
Yep. No, there isn't. Right, keep an eye out for takoyaki for that guy.
I'm pretty sure there is a takoyaki place up at the top of the map. If I remember Sotenbori. If I remember Sotenbori on the top right-hand side, on the East Sotenbori Street.
Ah, yeah, okay.
I seem to remember that. It's been a while, but things might have changed since the 80s.
Yep.
I swear this whole thing started as a joke. My friend decided it would be funny to become the band Transformer, so next thing I know, he's standing there in fully armoured, in shiny brass like a tuba that has achieved consciousness, shoulder pads, helmets, and no hesitation, no shame. I'm already laughing because he looks like Optimus Prime transfer to band class. Then my band teacher walks in. He stops halfway down the stairs and just stares. No yelling, no words, just that frozen 1,000-yard stare look of a man realizing his lesson plan has been completely and utterly defeated. He's gripping the railing like he might turn around to pretend this isn't happening. Meanwhile, there's literally a kid on the floor, laying down in the background like a fallen soldier. This photo feels like the exact moment my teacher emotionally clocked out for the rest of the day. So I just saw that and I was wondering, what's this remind me of? And I've got this book called The Book of the Boosh.
Yeah.
And there's a book, there's a whole thing of Howard's drawings and its nightmares. He has like him with tubas.
よし、行くか。
ありがとうございました。
Also, I read more on that article, by the way, about when elephants, start to hate.
Yeah.
It's basically apparently there's a massive influx of elephants just going after people, like specific people.
Right.
Apparently there was one elephant that killed a woman, and then after she died, they had a funeral. The elephant turned up at a funeral to attack her corpse.
Jesus Christ.
I know, and elephants never fucking forget, apparently. The question I've got is, what did that woman do to that elephant? And now all I'm thinking of is Rockhead Rumpel going, excuse me, bloke, what size ears do you have? Hmm?
Please don't bother me, sir.
I'll bother you all.
I'll annihilate
Excuse
you
me.
for crossing the path of Rockhead Rumple.
But you see, I'm not a superhero or a supervillain, Mr. Johnson. I'm just a regular guy.
No, I'm
Annihilate
adding
you for crossing the Rockhead Rumpel.
no, I'm adding you to my list marked villains.
No, cross it off. Oh,
Cross it
Oh, you
off, you dickhead.
dickhead, you dickhead.
Not one.
Oh yeah, have you checked your levels? Have you checked your levels lately?
Yeah, I upped the strength a bit ago.
Just making sure.
I think I'll save for another attack boost.
Oh yeah. BBC subtitling with Chinese New Year of the Horse approaching. Don't make the same mistake as last year.
What
Apparently
was...
last year it said last year when it said Welcome to the Year of the Horse.
I see.
The quote went Year of the Horse. People around the globe celebrate.
Ah, here's the takoyaki place. Ah.
Good to see my memory is not as bad as it used to be.
I'm going to buy out his entire stock.
I'll take... So what would you like, Mr. Johnson? I'll have the lot. How are you feeling? Better. Better. Better get a bucket or I'll throw up.
Mr. Creosote.
He's looking on the woman as she's sleeping. God. I'll have a lot. Now, fuck off. I'm stuffed.
Fuck off.
There's also a trend now of people buying WWE figures, by the way, and then like getting the new figure, then putting an old one they don't want back in and returning it. Too damn obvious. So like buying the new Steve Blackman figure and then putting in a very old Roman Reigns. Like they will not, you know. Oh yeah. Hasbro are now doing an apology tour.
Really?
They're apologising for killing Optimus Prime. I'm not even joking, they've done an entire thing where they apologise for it. That's it. That's the special. The Transformers the Movie anniversary announcements. Hasbro should apologise for the shoddy reveal. Apologise to Rodimus Prime for how we've been... No! I love ragging on Rodimus Prime. That's like part of our bit.
Yeah. This is the basis of an entire culture.
Yes! Hating Rodimus. Kind of like, you know, Tekken's culture is throwing your children off a cliff, apparently. But that's not going to get old soon.
Oh, I forgot to switch the player label for the last...
Gas! This way, Ollie, this way it looks like I'm playing it. Very old callback. Very old callback. No, just between us.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be drinking Monster anymore, but Viking Berry just tastes so good.
I quite like the Aussie lemonade one.
I've been tempted to try the coffee ones, but they're in the American store, and I ain't paying inflated prices for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Look, as much as I want, I mean, I'm just getting on with drinking like Dr. Pepper, strawberries and cream. Yes, that is a thing.
Healthy, balanced bento.
It is just a wafer thin.
It is only a wafer thin mint. Oh, I didn't buy any alcohol. Damn it.
My alcohol!
This clothing store doesn't have alcohol.
Where am I? I'm at soup.
I'm at soup. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? Oh, there's a popo right there.
Holy crap on a popo.
Sake. Better buy a couple.
God, Ollie, remember Kung Fu Naki?
Yes, I do.
God. That was an
A
interesting
thing.
time. The R-Truth character suggested.
Yeah.
The worst part was he kept winning. Oh yeah, Ollie, did you see that McDonald's is doing another adult Happy Meal thing?
No.
Yeah, they're doing a thing now where if you get the adult Happy Meal, you also get a little miniature from Friends. I have never been less interested in getting one. I mean, sorry, I keep looking at that fucking elephant on my fucking table. I've got nowhere to put it, but I don't want to throw it out somewhere or put it out of sight. The fuck? You just grabbed a tooth.
Oh, we've been able to go and get on with the plot for a while.
Yeah, I know, but it's fun to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Look, what would a Yakuza be without you? Granted, there isn't a thing where you fight here, the big four, only to hear, oh, they were just my minions. Oh, my goblet's out for delivery. My Strahd goblet.
Ah, nice.
Will be here by 7 o'clock tonight. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Your dinner has gone cold.
Uh-oh, I think I'm in trouble.
Oh god, I haven't done. In case you haven't noticed, I love doing voices again.
Yeah.
After having a year's ban.
A year's ban?
Liz doesn't like me doing voices. Apparently I did the southern voice way too many times.
Okonomiyaki, but I don't have any on me. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I do declare. I've met a lovely dandy fellow called Charleston Reed.
For some reason, when I'm playing Balatro, I tend to, like, narrate to myself in an Irish accent, and I don't know why.
To be fair, when I play El Toro, I keep putting on the Macho Man voice.
Yeah.
Even though it's a Hulk Hogan voice, and I'm pretty sure they're both in hell yelling at me right now.
Hogan, I get, but why would Randy Savage be in hell?
It's so they can both be there to argue with each other.
Ah, fair enough.
Plus,
oh, so he's Hogan's punishment.
Probably. I mean, I'm not going to say Randy was perfect.
Randy I don't know. Like, I generally avoid knowing too much about wrestlers.
I mean, again, a lot of the stuff that some people have said about the bad things Randy did, I'm more like, that isn't bad. That is a guy taking consideration for his wife. I mean, yeah, if I was in a place and it was only sweaty, naked men a lot of the time, and you know, I had to bring my wife with me, yeah, I'd be protective too.
Oh,
I don't know. I like to think Randy's in heaven. There's something over there. Something there. I like to think so. I like to think he's up there with Roddy Piper, because I think Roddy was a nice guy, just there was a lot of, he had a pretty shit life. Like, I've watched his documentary, it's kind of sad how things started. And he seems really down to earth and into reality, oddly enough.
Quality egg.
This Scotch egg.
Huh.
Also got to tone down grabbing my comics, but You know how it is when you start collecting.
Is it bad that the main thing I remember from my granddad's wake is that they had really good Scotch eggs?
No.
Like,
What else? No, not to be mean, but when you go to a wake, what else is there to remember apart from the sharing of stories and stuff, and some of it is stuff you already know, but it's reminiscing. And you're like, I mean, yeah, it does sound bad when you go, look, all I remember is the food. Yeah, that's the only new thing that's there.
yeah, but there were like
Because-
these freshly
granted,
cooked
the rest
Scotch
of it-
eggs that were huge and all and really meaty as
Look,
well, and it was really good.
It's the only fresh thing that was there. The rest were stories, and the other thing had long since expired.
And also, well, not to speak ill of the dead, especially on screen, but nobody was that close to my granddad, especially near the end.
Look, it's just the way
He
it
is
is.
the person upon whom the old caricature racist granddad was based.
Yeah. Look, Ollie, I've just had a thought.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of characters that used to be on the really big podcast,
Yeah.
would it be wrong to make Ulthor as a character in D&D?
No, not at all.
I've just been thinking, maybe it's time we bring out the Viking, the Agony Aunt's Viking.
Hello, young warriors.
Exactly! I mean, obviously we can't bring back Racist Grandad, even though, again, a lot of his dialogue was brilliant. Not because it was racist, but because it showed how out of touch he was with the real world.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
he's
we wrote him
mispronouncing
deliberately to say
Kanye-
really stupid things.
Like, his complete misunderstanding of the word of Kanye West's name.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started on those DVDs. Nutrients of the cold.
Those jobs belong to us, you and me in this room specifically.
I love that they call these. At this point, I'm numb to the names like the Nutrients of the Conquering Emperor,
Yeah.
because I had to sit through my favorite things that Ian Flynn ever wrote for the comic, the Sonic comic, was that he did a whole thing in there totally not Japan, but none of the people in charge could have normal names, so they had to have a long title instead. So it'd always be something like the Bride of the Conquering Storm.
Right, we're about 10 minutes out, and, well,
Do you want to see if you can get one more Akame thing done, or?
yeah, we'll just see if we'll get on with the plot next week. I'll focus on
it's not
upping the rank for the next
great.
10 minutes. Well, okay, yeah, we'll call it early now. I'll save. And
But seriously, you'd get characters that are called the Bride of the Conquering Storm, and I'm like, I'm going to call her Connie.
yeah.
What?
Well,
Yeah, we had a
I don't
whole-
think anybody watched this week, but if you do in the future, we hope you enjoyed this Mafia Monday.
Save that for tomorrow. You've got to save that for tomorrow when we have Steiner being J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah. Well, join us tomorrow for Tombury Tuesday, where we'll be continuing Final Fantasy IX. For my money, the best Final Fantasy, although 10, I think, might be my favourite. And that is a distinction worth making.
We will have to fight over this eventually.
Alright, so, thanks for joining us. We will see you next time. Have a good one, everybody. Join us tomorrow for Tombury Tuesday, and I think Rumble Slam is a thing that is happening.
We'll have to hear more from Hawk about how that's going ahead.
Yeah. Alright, have a good one, everybody.